that says American Joey Chestnut wolfed down a world record of 83 hot dogs during Netflix's Labor Day special, besting rival competitive eater Takeru Kobayashi of the Kobayashi Maru of Japan.
Eating 83 hot dogs would be the Kobayashi Maru for me.
The Gruse.
Pooper scooper emergency.
Well, maybe the dog was sitting there. Its comment on the team's record. It's currently 18-38.
The co-host, better known as Rich.
She crapped on the pitcher's mound. If the umpire was making bad calls, she would have crapped on home plate.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The Talking Gruse, bringing you the less serious side of the news. Brought to you from the Rocket Courier Studios in Tempe, Arizona. Now, your host, The Gruse.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this next installment of the Talking Gruse and the less serious side of the news. We're back in studio this week.
Yep. We were only half of the Rocket Courier Studios last week, but
yeah, we were still in spirit. We were there.
Yeah,
we were both there in spirit.
I was here.
But anyways, yeah, so we've had a lot of, over the time of this, we've been tracking these interesting stories with bears. I mean, they're once again, what was it? Highly evolved creatures.
They do some pretty incredible stuff sometimes.
I mean, and it just amazes me what they do. So go on with this.
We need to come up with a theme song for bears. There was a show called the Hair Bear Bunch. We were
the Care Bear Bunch.
No, it was the Hair Bear Bunch. It was a '70s cartoon, and they used to show it on USA Cartoon Express back in the day. Anyway,
once again, for our general viewing audience, the USA networks, when they first got started, had the USA Cartoon Express every Sunday.
And that was during the 80s, and they played mostly cartoons from the 70s and early 80s.
Okay, we'll go on with the bears here.
But anyway, I think that should be our theme song for bear-related stuff. Colorado family had a backyard scare when a snack-seeking black bear...
I'll look it up next time.
Okay. Within inches of a boy munching on popcorn. Rachel and Rob Schmella, that's an interesting last name, shared security camera footage of their son Evan eating a kettle corn bag in the backyard of a relative's Aspen home when the bear comes up behind him. The bear came up with
was he watching a movie? Bear was watching a movie somewhere in the forest and went, hey, I needed some popcorn to go with that.
Or he just smelled the popcorn and it was unbearable not to do it.
Oh.
The bear came within about a foot of Evan's head before he realized there was an animal behind him. I was like frozen for a couple of seconds. I didn't know what to do, Rachel Schmella told the TV station. Luckily, Rob and his brother kind of jumped into action sooner than I did, and they knew just how to make some loud noise.
Loud noises!
Yeah.
We talked about that. Loud noise!
Yep, my grandson.
Everybody, refer back to the last episode, okay?
Loud noises, loud noises. She said Evan was uninjured by the encounter, and the family said bears are a frequent sight in the area after dark, but it was the first time they'd seen one during daylight hours.
Well, like I said, maybe he was watching a movie in the cave.
Maybe, yeah.
And he needed popcorn to go with it.
Came out for a good treat. Connecticut family had a similar caught-on-camera encounter last month in the driveway of their Simsbury home. Kristen Lee said she was spending time outside with family members, including her 9-year-old son and 2-year-old nephew. Security camera from that incident shows the young boys alert the adults to the presence of a bear that came walking around the house. The video shows the family quickly flee indoors, and she said there was no one injured.
Well, there you have it. No one got hurt, but the bear didn't get anything to eat. I feel for him. Every other episode, the bear got a bag of chips or an ice chest or a pack of Oreos.
Denied.
Yeah, unfortunately. But speaking of eating things, you remember Joey Chestnut?
Yes, I do. Mr. Hot Dog guy himself.
I mean, and a couple of years back, he couldn't compete in the Nathan's Challenge because he was his sponsor. He became a sponsor of Impossible Meats.
Oh, right. So he was no longer an amateur hot dog
Yeah.
eater. He was a professional hot dog eater.
But leave it to Netflix.
So here we have a story that says American Joey Chestnut wolfed down a world record of 83 hot dogs during Netflix's Labor Day special, besting rival competitive eater Takeru Kobayashi of the Kobayashi Maru of Japan.
Eating 83 hot dogs would be the Kobayashi Maru for me.
And not puking.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, whoa.
So he beat competitive eater Takeru Kobayashi of Japan in the process. He ate nearly 7 dozen of the American picnic stable during Netflix's Chestnut versus Kobayashi, the unfinished beef, which streamed live Monday on the streaming service.
On
Monday
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Labor Day. Labor Day.
The contestants had 10 minutes to eat as many hot dogs as they could manage during the Monday special, with Chestnut's 83 not only beating Kobayashi's 67 hot dogs consumed during the event, but his own world record of 76 that he set back in 2021.
That's just gross.
I don't think I've had 83 hot dogs in the last 10 years.
I-
Let alone in 10 minutes.
Ah.
Chestnut is 40, Kobayashi is 46, and they are two of the most famous and decorated competitive eaters who have challenged one another for title of Supreme Hot Dog Consumer at the famous annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Tuesday's event, however, was the first time they had gone head-to-head in 15 years, according to Netflix.
That's just, yeah, no. I mean, you would have, like, the worst indigestion when that was done. At least I would. I mean, that's just
Yeah,
gross.
yeah. Well, I can't eat anything that's got too much carbs or crap in it anymore without getting heartburn.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Old age gets you all the time.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
So-
yeah, it's but you know what? One though I would do is I'd go to the Big Texan Steak Ranch,
Yeah, in Amarillo.
Amarillo. Yeah, get the 72-ounce steak. I would do that.
I think my brother tried to do that once.
I would do that, and I don't care if I'd win or lose. I would just say, hey, look, I'm doing this. This would be fun.
It's kind of a
It's
bucket list thing.
It's like that scene. It'd be like that scene from The Great Outdoors with Dan Aykroyd and John Candy, when he went and had the big 76 out. Oh, the old 76er.
Oh yeah.
You got to eat everything, even the grizzle.
You.
Oh man, yeah, no thanks. No, whatsoever. Now the next story, it's a California story, and being that we're from Arizona, rattlesnakes are a regular thing out here.
Yeah, we see them. We don't see them often, but we do see them. Yeah.
And we know in Arizona, just stay away from them, and they are dangerous, but.
Don't mess with them, and they probably won't mess with you.
Exactly. Just sort of let them go and do their thing. But once again, our love of the Californians.
Yeah.
Only in California would people do this, I think.
A reptile wrangler was called to a California home where the family had barricaded themselves upstairs to hide from a deadly rattlesnake that found its way inside. How do they know it was deadly? Did they test it?
It's like a home invasion or something.
Right.
It's just a rattlesnake, people. Just get away from it. Go outside.
It's like here you see a scorpion. Like, yeah, you freak out a little bit, but then you go and find something and you smash it.
I actually last weekend I had to clean out my garage. I pulled some boxes away from the wall, and there was a big old juicy scorpion there. And I only say juicy because I knocked it off the wall and stepped on it. And it was juicy. I mean,
the best way to find those is a
black light. Yeah. Anyways, going with the
So,
rattlesnake.
Ryan Jessup of Ryan's Rattlesnake Rescue was summoned to a home in the Rosetta Canyon neighborhood of Lake Elsinore when family members discovered a 3-foot red diamond rattlesnake inside their house. The homeowners were stuck upstairs because they were chicken bleep. Do it.
Hey, when they saw the rattlesnake, would they do this?
Probably. And then they went and shivered in a room.
Did they lock themselves in the room and like stuff towels under the door or something?
But nature.
We can't hurt nature.
Jessup shared a video to his business Facebook page showing him using a grabber tool to remove the rattlesnake from the stairs inside the house. They had to use an app to unlock their front door for him to enter the house. The snake had apparently slithered into the home through a door that had been left open for the family's dogs.
Well, if the door was open, why do they need to use the app?
I don't know.
It was a back door.
He said the canines had luckily steered clear of the snake and there were no injuries. So, Ryan Jessup, you are a hero.
I'm all for protecting animals and nature. I'm good with that. But if I saw a rattlesnake in my house, yes, I would freak out for a second, but I wouldn't go barricade myself in a room.
No, there's got to be a better way to go about it.
I mean, I would look at it and go, holy shit, a rattlesnake's in here. But, I mean...
Grab the axe, behead that thing, and have a rattlesnake steak for dinner.
Well, have you ever had rattlesnake before?
I think I've tried it one time.
It tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
No, really, it does. I mean, I've had rattlesnake before. It was like eating little chicken tenders or popcorn chicken almost. I mean,
So.
But, yeah, so. Let's move on here, folks.
Moving along.
And we're moving right along. You hear about animals that, that people move and then the animal turns up back at their old home. I've heard stories about that over time. But this takes the definition of the stray cat, and this takes also the definition of that story of animal to a new extreme.
So a cat who went missing from his family's Texas home nearly 3 years ago was reunited with his owners after turning up in Massachusetts. The Dakin Humane Society said on social media
maybe the cat was actually liberal and didn't want to live in Texas any longer.
Probably, yeah, had to go to Taxachusetts. A skinny stray cat doing the stray cat strut was recently brought in by a member of the public, and staff members were left in disbelief.
Way to go, Brian Setzer.
When his microchip identified him as Shoto, a pet reported missing in Texas in January of 2022.
2022, wow.
Shoto's owner, Carla, said she was initially suspicious when a Massachusetts area code came up on her phone, but she decided to answer it and was shocked to learn that Shoto had been found nearly 2,000 miles from his home.
I would have let it go to voicemail. And then I would have been like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I always got to answer because it's a business call probably. But no one except for Shoto will ever know how he got to Massachusetts, what he experienced, or who he met along the way. That adventure will forever remain his secret. They need to stick a video thing on the chip they put in his ear.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's like American Tail or something.
Right.
5-volt.
Homeward Bound.
Oh, yeah. There we go. I mean, absolutely.
Carla made the 26-hour drive to Dakin to be reunited with Shoto and bring her beloved pet home. We were honored to have reunited this family after such a long time apart thanks to the amazing power of a microchip, the shelter said.
How about a GPS tracker? I want to put like one of those Apple tags or Samsung tags on an animal's collar, right along with the registration. The animal, the Humane Society tag,
right?
Or animal control tag that you put on.
Kind of like they tag sharks in the ocean.
Yeah, same idea.
Yeah.
I mean, there is an idea right there. Any company out there, if you're watching this show, there's an idea for you. Thank you.
You can send royalties to...
Yes, the Talking Gruse at thegruse.com. We will accept Venmo payments.
Or if you'd like to advertise, we have a modest fee.
And we'll take Venmo payments. We'll take check, cashier's check, money orders, cash, Venmo.
Preferably cash, because if you do over $600 on Venmo, the government's going to track you down.
No, that's true. So yes, we'll take cash then, or check, and make it a little harder. But yeah, so this next story.
Let's talk about wandering animals.
Yeah, wandering animals, and I.
Good segue. Good
Yeah,
segue.
good. Yeah, well, somewhat good. Go on there about the wandering animals here.
Police in Wisconsin are trying to find the owner of a pair of domesticated chickens found wandering loose through a neighborhood. The Neenah Police Department said in a Facebook post that the hens were found Wednesday in the area of Nicollet Boulevard and 2nd Street in Neenah.
Ooh, I figured out who owns them.
Who?
Gonzo.
Oh.
From the Muppets.
Right, Gonzo.
Gonzo always had chickens.
That's right. I was going to say that if they were hens, they were out like,
Carousing.
Hey, baby, want to fertilize my eggs? The department offered some theories on why the birds flew the coop, including a desire to catch a chick flick and fear of the apocalypse. Where's the... No, I was looking more for the wow, wow, wow.
Oh, that'd be the sad truth.
Apocalypse. Really, dude?
Once again, we've had the soundboard for the most better part of the show, and we still don't know where the buttons are.
Where did that go? And then somebody else says, perhaps they were just being comedy hens.
Yeah, that's bad.
The chickens were taken to the Neenah Animal Shelter.
Well, Gonzo, you can go find them there. What actually is Gonzo? Gonzo was like...
It's just a bunch of leftover Muppet parts slapped together.
I mean, Ralph was a dog, Fozzie's a bear, Kermit's a frog, Miss Piggy is
a pig.
I mean,
my favorite skit, Pigs in Space.
No, mine was always Dr. Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker. I always liked them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Beaker.
Those two were great. Honeydew and Beaker.
The Swedish Chef.
Oh, the Swedish Chef. Never understood what exactly he said.
Kind of like my ex-wife's deaf friends.
Oh, yeah.
which my now deceased friend JD nicknamed the Deaf Comedy Jam
Crew. Deaf Comedy Jam Crew, I think it was.
Oh, I thought it was just Deaf Comedy Jam.
It's in this market today. Housing prices are ridiculous. Interest rates are off the charts. I heard recently that they said that I think it's like September 17th that the feds are going to declare that we actually are in a recession.
No,
really. But isn't just proof that you if you really want to get into a house, here is a perfect opportunity for you. But once again, you'd have to go live in California. So I'm sorry. And
the half a house seems to still be overpriced.
And yeah, I mean, you could buy a whole house here in Arizona for this amount.
Right.
Go on.
But if you're from California, don't California my Arizona.
Yeah, please don't.
A real estate listing in California is garnering a lot of attention due to an unusual hook. It's half a house for $500,000. The Monrovia home was struck by a fallen pine tree in May, leaving only half of the house standing.
That's quite an open floor plan, then.
Right? The house is now listed for $499,999. Listing agent Kevin Wheeler joked to the Los Angeles Times that it's an open concept floor plan.
Oh, there you go.
It's like that house in my neighborhood that burned down a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, and they're now are they selling it now and half the house? But those are brick homes though. So
James was asking me this morning, what are they going to do with that house, Dad? Because we passed by there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. They might just raze it to the ground and start over, or they might. Yeah, it depends on what the insurance adjusters say.
It's a brick house though, isn't it? Everything in your neighborhood's a brick house.
I think so. It might be. She's a brick house. Wheeler said there has been a lot of attention to the online listing. It's half a house for $500,000, he told USA Today. That's what everybody's reacting to. Wheeler said the residents were not injured in the collapse, but they decided
would that be half price?
I guess so. The residents were not injured in the collapse, but they decided the house wasn't worth repairing. They're older and they don't got the gas in the tank, Wheeler said of the owners. They thought that it'd be better for them to just move on. So slap $500,000 in our in our palm and we're out of here.
They'll move to Arizona and buy a house.
Right. Wheeler said the most likely scenario is the new owners will tear down all but a single wall and build a new home from there. There's been a lot of interest so far because demand is so high and inventory, especially at this price, is so low.
Well, at any rate, the what's the value of the land? That's what they're buying. They're buying the land. They're not buying the house. I mean, you know, if the house was on the land, I could see
house for $500,000.
You know, yeah, half a house, $500,000. It's like, hey, buy one get one free. We cover world records, and the last few episodes there really hasn't been many good ones. But this last week there has been actually some very interesting world records out there. Some that I've actually sat there and went, wow, that's actually it's pointless, but that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, these crazy Indians again with their either they're typing with their noses or they're inventing small vacuum cleaners.
Yeah, well, it's for all those hard-to-reach places.
A college student from India broke a Guinness World Record by transforming a refillable ballpoint pen into the world's smallest vacuum cleaner.
They have too much time on their hands.
Yeah, and it's taking away from... I'm just the 70s and 80s music guru
Taking
today.
away the moments that make up a dull day.
I was thinking more of the...
fritter and
Too
waste.
much time on my
Oh, that's a good one.
Tapala Nadamuni, 23, spent about $238 transforming his pen into
Is it a
vacuum.
Dyson?
Right? Does that have a little ball at the end? It's a ballpoint pen. Into a vacuum measuring just 0.25 inches at the shortest axis of its body.
Me smart.
Where's the clip of Homer saying, I am so smart, SMRT. He said his tiny vacuum creates suction. Yes, it definitely sucks.
Suck. What movie?
Spaceballs. It's
There.
Mega Maid, sir. She's gone from suck to blow. It creates suction by via a tiny rotating fan powered by a 4-volt vibration motor. Don't want to know where he got that. And it picks up particles of dust that can be emptied. Nadamuni, hopefully I'm not butchering your name, previously held the same record in 2020 when he built a vacuum measuring 0.69 inches, but he was later beaten by a smaller device that measured 0.07 inches larger than his latest creation. All the students in our college were amazed at this tiny vacuum cleaner, and faculty told me it's the most beautiful creation they've ever seen. Beat that dustbuster.
Was Alice the professor? They said that was the most beautiful thing she's ever seen.
Either that or Rosie the robot.
Well, that's true.
So, hey, if you're, adjudicators, thank you for figuring out what sucks.
Yes, exactly. And blow. Maybe does it blow or just suck?
It just mentioned sucking in here.
I don't know. Do vacuums blow anymore? Remember they used to always be able to.
Yeah,
do,
you had to do that.
You could flip the hose, and they. I mean, I know my my shop vac does, but that's a shop vac.
Yeah.
So I'm a lover of cheese, and we went over this a few episodes back. That I would chase the wheel of what was it, Gloucestershire or something, cheese down the hill.
No, you go running down after the cheese. It's nacho cheese.
Yeah,
it's nacho cheese.
So this is actually really cool because I love cheese, and this is something that I would have loved to take part in. I mean, as a cheese connoisseur, And I remember you have eaten in your life a lot of string cheese.
And cheese cubes and, cheese crisps. And
you were all about string cheese for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I still like string cheese.
I don't know. I don't peel it, though. I just eat it.
A Mexican city hosted a successful attempt for whatever. Cheese is cheese. A successful attempt for a tasty Guinness World Record, the world's largest string cheese ball. I don't know how to say that, Oaxaca state government and the municipality of Reyes Etla teamed up to organize the record attempt. The cheesemakers...
Don't ask me how to pronounce it, because I only know enough Spanish to get my face slapped.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of things we used to say. The cheesemakers used a rotating table to create the massive string cheese ball, which is also known as Oaxaca, however you say it, cheese. Oaxaca. Please comment in the comments below and let me know how to pronounce that. At 1,402.58 pounds. Organizers said it took 2,641 gallons of milk to create the cheese. As long as they didn't cut it afterwards.
How do you spell that?
Oaxaca. But I know the X is in Mexico is Mexico, so is it Oaxaca? Or what? While Greg finds the correct pronunciation.
Oaxaca.
Oaxaca? Okay.
Oaxaca.
That's like, Puyallup is Puyallup.
Oaxaca.
Oaxaca.
Yeah, what she said. Okay.
Oaxaca. It almost sounds like German. Oaxaca.
Right.
It's like you go up to somebody, they're like, are you trying to clear your throat, sir? No, I'm just speaking German.
No translators were hurt in this episode.
And then we have... No, but some cheese was. But then we have our good friend David Rush. So last episode we reported that he finally broke or a couple episodes ago, we finally broke his world record, 181st.
Yeah.
By breaking records. And we always say, can it get any stranger what he does to break records?
Well, now it looks like he's trying to break his own records. He's like trying to put them out of reach so people can't break them.
Yeah, but this one is just, it does take talent. I will give that to him. It takes some talent.
It takes talent not to get lockjaw after doing it.
Go on.
Serial record breaker David Rush broke one of his own records by using his mouth to bounce a ping-pong ball off a wall 47 times in 30 seconds. The Boise, Idaho resident, who currently holds the most concurrent Guinness World Records titles in the world, previously set the record for the most times to bounce a ping pong off the wall with his mouth at 43. Now he's done it 47 times. He took aim at his own title during a record-breaking marathon at Guinness World Records headquarters in London. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to beat it since it's an extremely challenging record that requires speed, precision, and consistency, Rush wrote online because he couldn't talk. Rush managed to beat his own record with 47 bounces in 30 seconds. Sure, it's not the most flattering record, but I'm proud of the effort that it took and the hundreds of failures I was able to overcome to capture this Guinness World Records title. Now, excuse me while I go get my jaw rewired.
Yeah, or readjusted.
Yeah.
Wow. That would, oh my God. I mean, it takes some talent because you got to think, you go,
David Rush, you just broke the record. What are you doing?
Did he have to sit there and get his jaw massages or something afterwards? I mean,
I know, right?
Spa
day.
Spa, yeah. He's gonna go get a facial after that.
I'm going to Disneyland.
Oh my God. I don't know about you, co-host, but I'm really enjoying the new microphone stands.
Yeah,
It's
I like them quite a bit.
It's quite nice. It's good. It's an upgrade. We're upgraded here a little bit, guys.
Yeah, we try. Got loose flags, but they're
No,
fine.
mine's good.
Eh.
Mine's good. You
I
see?
wasn't able to quite get mine on there like that, but
That's that's why he's the co-host, folks.
Yes, because I don't have time to waste spending on.
And he's not the creative genius behind this wonderful work of art.
I'm just the comic relief. Anyways,
so before we end this, we haven't done this in a while. I want to just quickly say before I'm starting to hear the heavenly angels coming along, and they're not here to take us away today. They're just here to hang out with us and just to have coffee. Maybe spill it all over the table. But anyways, I just want to always say we put it in our credits, but thank you, UPI. You guys have been great. Ben Hooper, especially. You're the one who writes all the articles that we make fun of and report on. So, just a shout out to you guys. Sky News, you sometimes have some good stuff on there that we use, and you suck. Anyways, with that, remember we are on, of course, YouTube. If you're watching us, click the like, click the subscribe, leave comments. You'll get any of our shorts. You know what we should do? Speaking of shorts, we should make some. Remember how Sarah Joe made the pink underwear and sold them for money? We should make some Talking Gruse shorts and sell them for money.
nobody wants it.
Okay, well,
Maybe hats and t-shirts.
anyways, we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
How's the Rumble experience?
It's coming along. We're on Rumble. We are also on X, formerly known as Twitter. So with that, everybody, I'm thinking we should wrap this one up, call it a day, and we'll see you guys next week.
Have a good one, everybody.
All right, adios.